Hi everybody, sorry I'm a couple minutes late. Okay, so what I know is kind of boring. It was a typical Wednesday episode, which means rehash and maybe a little bit of movement, but not much. And yeah, okay, so I'll break it down. The rehash I'm talking about is that everybody knows by now that Audra and Nate are no longer together. And the way Audra spends it is, well, I tried to tell Nate what really happened, but he didn't want to believe me. He took Claire's side over mine. So she sounded like a weird teenager, you know. And Sally, being her best friend, trying to be the voice of reason, says, "Well, I feel bad that he didn't believe you, but what did you expect?" And she goes, "Well, I thought that I could just play on the edge and I wouldn't jump into it. And I thought that our relationship was strong enough to handle anything that came across it." I'm like, oh, okay. So that was that. And then on the other side, Nate was talking to Devon and Lily and saying that he didn't want to make the choice, but he's glad he did or whatever. So yeah, that's done. Which opens the door, which I talked about last week, I think, or maybe even early this week. It opens the door for Nate and Victoria again. Now, I hope that if there's any hesitation from her father, that she puts her foot down and says, "No, I want to be with him and whatever needs to be said." And I hope that YNR isn't scared of having an interracial couple because you guys have tried it before. And you guys technically have Abby and Devon, but we never see them. So I don't know if that counts. Okay. So what I want from you, YNR people, is a relationship that is interracial, that actually works out. Okay. I'm not talking about a lifetime, but longer than 2 seconds, and you don't get scared and say, "Oh, we can't do this." Okay. Then on the other side, we have Phyllis, kind of obsessing about what's going to happen with the company with Kane and Nick trying to be the voice of reason. In that one, he says, "Well, maybe you should just cut your losses and move on to the next whatever." And she's like, "No, I can't do that. You know, it'll work out." And like, I get where she's coming from because she has belief in herself, and it kind of sucks when people don't have the same belief you do, and you feel like you're talking to no one because everyone's like, "Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah," you know. Like they'll say anything to get you to shut up, but they don't really believe in you. There's a total difference in those two things. When someone really believes in you, they really believe wholeheartedly in whatever you're saying or whatever you're trying to do. When you get somebody who's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah," maybe they don't believe in you so much. Um, okay, so then we know where Kane's head is at as far as the business, though, because Billy was talking to him, and he says, "Oh, well, the Phyllis, she's just going to jump on the next thing." So he's not really that invested as she is, which kind of puts a wrinkle in the whole Kane and Phyllis if they're going to have a relationship, because if you don't believe in the person, then how can you have a romantic relationship with them? How can you say, "I don't believe in you professionally, but I want to date you"? That kind of doesn't work. I mean, even if the person is not in the same industry as you, if the person doesn't believe in you, then what are you doing? You know? I mean, okay, take somebody who does, I don't know, like tech. Okay, just I'm picking a field to make a point here. Say somebody does like tech stuff and the other person does law stuff. Okay, if the tech person doesn't believe in the person who does law stuff, and the person who does law doesn't believe in the person who does tech, then what's the point? You don't want somebody to go, yeah, 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 like they don't want to hear you. If somebody does that, they're not a good relationship for you. I'm just saying. So that was today's episode. I mean, how long did that take? Like 5 minutes? Yeah. And I gave you the best parts too. So, and you have to put into consideration that it's an hour program. So that means it kind of drags. That's another thing. Like, I don't understand. There are some weeks when it doesn't drag at all, and there's some weeks that are just like they feel longer than they are because it's like, ugh. I don't understand it, but I do notice it, and this week is a draggy week. So, all right, bye everybody.